Hi everyone. So today I wanted to talk about a more serious topic that has been on my mind, and that is that in society today and in general, we have an over-identification with our own body. Meaning, sometimes I find that people, and I include myself in this, everyone can sort of fall into this trap, and it's this over-identification with your own body and tying who you are to what you look like, you see? And I've always thought that this was kind of a strange thing, and I've always thought that it was wrong. I mean, I even remember now I'm someone who went to high school in the 2000s, and that was when all of this inspiration and all this photoshopping was really in. I mean, it's still in now, unfortunately, just as it was in before. But that was when it was really picking up, and I still remember there was someone who said, "Oh, this photoshopped version that doesn't even look like me anymore." And I remember thinking, that's not you. You are not your body. And I've carried that with me ever since. You are not your body. You live in your body, and that's a huge difference. And that's the other thing. You're not your body. You're not. You might say, well, if I'm not my body, then what am I? You're not your career. You are not your opinions. You're not even your values. You are not any of those things. You are just you. You are not anything else. You're just simply you. You are the awareness that is inside of you. And I'm going to, you might be thinking, what are you talking about? I'm going to give an example that maybe will, like, even if you're not kind of like the spiritual type or the religious type or anything in between, it may resonate with you. You know those videos of people who take like a photo a day? And sometimes it'll be children, and they take a photo a day as they grow up. And that's still the same person. Now, does that person, that's still the same person, you see it, like that's still the same person in there, and that person is the same. And they have been the same all along before they got their career, and they looked all kinds of different ways. They grew up, they were a child, now they're an adult. And that's really who you are, is like you're you. That's who you are. You. That's it. Not all of the things that attach to you. Some people would call it the ego or whatever. I mean, we're getting really getting really into some serious topics, but the surface level of that topic is you're certainly not your body. Certainly you're not your body. And this over-identification with the body can sometimes also lead us to overvalue beauty. Now, I will say this, I value beauty a lot in the sense that I value beautifying my own world. I value beauty as in terms of interior design, in terms of dressing myself, in terms of making myself look beautiful. I think it's an act of self-care to beautify your environment and to beautify yourself. So you can have beauty as a value without attaching it to your own self-worth, if that makes sense. And I think beauty as a value is it's a beautiful thing. I think that's great, and there's nothing wrong with that. And at the same time, I don't think that means that your body is who you are, or if you some days don't feel beautiful, that somehow that means that you're any less worthy. And so what then happens if we tie beauty to our worth is we also start to actually almost stifle ourselves, because we aren't completely expressing ourselves through our style and through how we look, and that can be a form of self-expression and communication. And the way that this ends up happening is, there can be pushback in some communities who, let's say, they don't like color typing, they don't like body typing because it puts people in a box, and it's like it's all, it's telling you that you don't look good in certain things and you look good in other things. To me, I think that's freeing, because I want to know, if there are certain like technical aspects to interior design. If I want to beautify my home, then I want to know about those things. I want to know about how people do interior design. And in the same way, if I want to beautify myself, I want to know about color theory. I want to know about the lines, the silhouettes, your features, how different things flatter your features. And I find that to be freeing. And the reason why I find that to be freeing is because I don't think I'm my body. So to me, it's fine if something doesn't look good on me, all the better. Let's get rid of it. It's fine. It's okay if I don't look good in some things. Of course, that makes sense. Nobody looks good in everything. And so I think it's also freeing in so many ways to not identify with your body. You are going to feel so much better about yourself. You are going to have so much more freedom to experiment with different ways of looking and experiment with different ways of self-expression through style. And at the same time, it's also the truth, that you're not your body. It's really the truth. It's a fundamental truth. It's not just a helpful way of thinking or something to, kind of just make you feel better or something. It's actually the truth. We really over-identify with our bodies. It's not true that you're your body. You're not your body at all. You are you. And so it can really bring a lot of peace and a lot of happiness to really make that paradigm shift if you haven't already, and maybe you have. And I think if you're watching this channel, you may have already made that shift. But I do think that it can be very helpful. So I think that may be all I have to say for this video. Let me know your thoughts if you've made that kind of paradigm shift and how it affected you. If you have found that kind of shifting toward identifying more with you and who you actually are has made you feel more centered, then let me know in the comments about your experience with that. And so, if you're new here, this is not what I usually talk about at all. If you look around my channel, I usually talk about style, and I talk about lines and colors and the most flattering lines and colors and silhouettes and style elements for people based on their body type, based on their color type or their bone structure and their essence and things like that. And so I work with clients to help them discover their most flattering lines and colors so that they can use those tools to express themselves better, basically. And so what I offer is it's called a full report, and it's basically all of those things in a report. And if you're interested in booking with me, you can take a look below. I left a link below on how you can book with me. And I think that's it. That's all I have to say for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you next time. Okay, bye.